After Bitcoin has finally broken this very important downward sloping resistance line, we are finally starting to see the pump towards the upside. And on today's update video, I'm going to be talking about my main scenario, the classical stock market, the Federal Reserve interest rate hike decision, BlackRock buying more Bitcoin, which is currently approaching the most important resistance line of this entire trend right now. And I'm going to be talking about what is going to be happening next for Bitcoin. I will talk about the massive liquidation zone, my Bitcoin trade, how you could claim a free Bitcoin trade, and many other important charts which are telling us something about what is currently happening in this market. So without any further ado, don't forget to once again slam that like button back above 1,000 likes. It will be highly appreciated. And with that being said, let me jump straight away in towards the content. So first of all, why is Bitcoin pumping right now here? And I mean, to straight away come towards the facts, I've been doing deep research earlier this morning, and honestly, I can't find a specific reason why Bitcoin is pumping, besides the fact that yesterday, President Putin from Russia has signed a law to legalize Bitcoin and crypto mining in Russia. And honestly, since we're seeing that Donald Trump is also talking very positively about Bitcoin, are we right now starting to see worldwide FOMO to be having Bitcoin? That is, of course, the only reason why I currently think Bitcoin is bouncing towards the upside, because if we're going to compare Bitcoin towards the stock market, we can see that the stock market has actually not bounced at all here, while Bitcoin has bounced over, let me say this correctly, from the low to the high, over 28%. The stock market has only risen by an approximately 4.9%, but indeed the crash on the stock market was also significantly smaller, but still, Bitcoin is bouncing from perspective way bigger than the stock market right now, and that is a good thing here. And just like I talked about on my channel, where I thought that either we're going to be pushing towards the upside straight away, or either we're going to come down and then push towards the upside, we have chosen the first scenario where we already broke above the downward sloping resistance line here on the chart, and we pushed actually a little bit higher for Bitcoin. So this is of course a good thing to see for Bitcoin right now, but I want to be pointing out that currently we are approaching one of the most important levels of resistance of this entire consolidation phase. And of course, we know the downward sloping support line, we know that we're creating a downward sloping resistance line from the top side, but also the most important level of support in the middle range is by far going to be that 62 to 63,000 US dollar level. And let me quickly explain why. First of all, we saw that last time, once we retested this exact level, Bitcoin found support on it, and once we broke below it, we had that big drop towards the downside. Also, we've seen many rejections from this level. We've seen many times that Bitcoin found support from this level. And yes, that is why I believe that this level is going to be from very big importance. And if we can actually finally break above this exact level right here, I do believe that we're going to be seeing an even bigger continuation towards the upside. And what is important to understand right now, what is happening, is that actually yesterday we saw BlackRock buying over 150 million US dollars worth of Bitcoin, Fidelity buying over 65 million US dollars worth of Bitcoin. Also, for the first time ever, W3 bought over 118 million US dollars worth of Bitcoin, which is by far their largest buy we've ever recorded in history. So a lot of Bitcoin buys from the ETFs coming in right now, and this is by far also one of the reasons why Bitcoin is currently pushing towards the upside. And due to the fact that the markets are bouncing actually so strongly right now, the probabilities for the next Federal Reserve meeting are significantly decreasing that we're going to get a 50 basis point rate cut. Currently, there's a 56% chance that we're going to get a 50 BPS rate cut, and there's going to be only a 43.5% chance we're going to get a 25 basis point rate cut. So yes, first we had like an 80% chance of getting a 50 basis point rate cut, but I do really believe that as we're going to be moving closer towards the FOMC meeting, and as potentially things are going to cool down, we're most likely only going to get a 25% rate cut, but still, I think we should take this with a grain of salt, because if something bad happens in the coming 40 days before the meeting, this is most certainly going to be shifting back towards that 50 basis point rate cut. But for now on, the chances of getting a 25 or 50 are quite equal. So far, every single time once the Federal Reserve starts to be cutting the rates, has marked the beginning of a massive bull market for Bitcoin. So if the rates are lower, it basically means that borrowing money is cheaper, and money creation is happening out of borrowing. So if the money creation gets cheaper, there's going to be more money produced worldwide, and as more money is going to be entering the market, assets are going to increase in valuation. So I think this is likely to be happening next for the market. And yes, guys, if we're currently looking at the liquidation heat map, then we are seeing that the majority of the liquidity is laying around 70 to 72,000 US dollars right now in the market. I think that ultimately we're still going to be grabbing this liquidity. Unfortunately, I have not opened up a Bitcoin trade yet so far, but I'm going to be very patient right now here, because there's still a chance we're going to be seeing a rejection from this level right here. There's still a chance that next week we're going to be seeing extreme volatility, because like I discussed in yesterday's video, next week we're going to be having the inflation data, and this inflation data is going to be one of the most important data points of this entire trend here, because if it is going to come in any hotter than expected, I'm expecting a big crash across wider markets due to the already recession fears we are currently seeing. So yeah, important to understand this, and that is why I'm still waiting with my trade here. And guys, if you want to be joining me with my next trade, don't forget to subscribe to the channel right now here. I've opened up multiple $1 million trades here on Bitcoin already, and I'm currently waiting to be opening up my next one. And if you right now want to be claiming a free trading position on Bybit, you can do so right now here. Because if you go to the link description of today's video, you can press on this link right here, where you will come to this page. And if you right now sign up an account using this link below, guys, you can currently claim a free $500 US airdrop position on Bybit. So if you're interested in trading, check it out in the link description of today's video right now here. It is extremely valuable if you are interested in trading. So currently, we can still see Bitcoin is still consolidating in the massive bull flag pattern I have discussed for many times before here on the channel. And we actually bounced from that lower side we have been talking about many times before here. So Bitcoin is still in the wider consolidation phase, and I have not even talked about that weekly candle yet here on Bitcoin. But Bitcoin is currently creating one of the most bullish weekly candles I have seen in a very long time, and have not even came towards the monthly candle, which is also looking extremely bullish in my opinion, with a big wick on the lower side, and that is just currently indicating that there is a lot of strength and buying pressure laying around that 50,000 US dollar region. And yeah, Bitcoin is just reacting very strongly. And if we're going to be looking at some historical buy signals, we can currently see that the hash ribbons are once again increasing in value, meaning worldwide adoption is still happening for Bitcoin. And we do right now also know that since the fact that Russia has signed this order to legalize Bitcoin mining in Russia, this is of course a big thing here. And this is probably going to be increasing the efficiency and the mining difficulty even more for Bitcoin, which is ultimately going to be sending the Bitcoin price even higher. So things are looking very good on a bigger perspective. A massive buy signal is flashing right now here. And guys, if we're just looking at the cycle where we're currently sitting, I am still accumulating at a rapid pace here. I believe that there's ultimately no reason at all to be panicking right now here. And personally, I've been accumulating loads and loads of Bitcoin around this region. I've been accumulating loads of altcoins especially, because I still believe that I can be making bank in the next upcoming bull market with altcoins. And we are currently still at the beginning stage of the next cycle. So this is ultimately still the time to be preparing yourself. But anyways, this was it for me in today's update video. I truly hope you did enjoy it, you learned something from it. There's not so much information currently coming on the market, so for me it's very hard to discuss exactly what is happening. But yeah, of course, everything I found on the market I discussed in this video. So if you do like it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out, goodbye.